Hey everybody, Soybean Farmer. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's a new alternator down there on this 1986 Toyota 4Runner. Had a little event going on with this thing. Original alternator finally gave up, and that thing was fun to change, believe it or not. I was hard-headed, and instead of going looking in the service manual, I thought I was going to bring it out through the top. So I took the air box out and took all this hose stuff apart, and realized no, you can't get it out through the top without getting the power steering unit out. And I said, no man, that's too much trouble. So then I went and read the service manual and found out first step was drain radiator. Second step was remove bottom radiator hose. And funny how when people write service manuals, they do the very best they can to detail all the steps. Well, they didn't say anything about removing that rock guard down there. That should have been step one. I kind of laughed. Service manuals are good though. They do give you a good hint and a clue about which way to go with stuff. But kept on having some more issues with this. Everything was good for a couple of weeks. It's now about a week and a half really. And then charge light kept flickering and flashing at me. And yesterday, drive from home to 32 miles down to work, charge light kept flashing on. It'd stay on 30 seconds and go off, stay off a couple of minutes, and then flash back on. I said, man, you know, that's my luck with parts. I'm thinking I got a bad alternator. So yesterday I had to close at the store, which means we close up the store about 8 o'clock and get out of there. It's dark this time of year here now at 8 o'clock. I had to turn on headlights to get home. Like I said, about 32-mile ride. And I was about 4 miles away from home when I noticed the lights just getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. And I said, God, I know you got the power to get me to the house, so I'm asking to release your power to get me to the house. And I want you to do it without involving a wrecker. And I said, thank you. And right here, as you can see, I'm under the carport here. That's where she died, which was fine with me because I'm home, I got tools. Well, when I originally did this alternator thing, like I just said, I took all this apart on the top. And when I took it apart, this is, I call it the bell horn. It's where you get clean air after you run through an air filter, through some duct work here. But I had pulled all this off, and this piece here, which goes here, and let's see, well anyhow, these pieces go back together to make one piece. It's rubber that, I see this truck be 32 years old. It's all dried out and cracked up, and it basically fell apart in my hand. And I took some electrician tape as a get-by and taped it back together. Now that right there broke today trying to get it off of here. Couldn't believe how hard that was to get off there. I had it off just a short time ago. But anyhow, I knew this was a mess, and I know that if you don't, if you get dirt in here, you can see that's still fairly clean looking, you'll ruin the motor. So I went after a new part, and I called the Toyota place, and the guy said, yeah, they still make that part. And I said, have you got one? He said, no, I can have it here in the morning. I said, well, how much you want for it? He said, $91. I said, I'll call you back. So I did an internet search. And this is just a rubber part, and I found this on a website, Car Parts. And I said, man, I just can't turn this at $91 right now. So I called the guy on the phone and talked to him, and he assured me up and down, yes, it's OEM, yes, it'll fit. And I said, well, man, it's only $13. He said, it's OEM, it'll fit, it's a quality part. So I ordered it, and I got no clue where it's made. Doesn't say. Has a nice little sticker on it. And that right there is actually the Toyota part. So anyhow, this thing goes here like that. But there's a piece here that's important. Now if I'm smart, I'll get that on there like that so it'll turn right. And let's see here. Get on there. Thank you. And slide back past the point. Yes, thank you. Fight me. Thank you. Alright, this will go, and that's down there. Yep, perfect. That goes like that. And I collect all my broken pieces and we'll throw them in the trash. And now this piece, I'm missing a part. No, that actually goes like that. And then that, let's see, that goes here, and that goes there. Yeah. Okay, so we'll got that loose. I want that on the top this time. They had that on the bottom, like that. That was fun. 55 turns to get it out. We'll put that back on the top. So anyhow, that'll go back in there like that, leaving this to go, good, that's fine, like that. And that puts the plumbing back together. Yeah, it fits. Nice new piece. And all I got to do now is tighten up that clamp, which I want facing that way this time. This clamp, which I'm gonna have to loosen it up a little bit more to get it on there. No, okay. Anyhow, and then that clamp. So anyhow, that's what Soybean Farmer's up to this morning, getting his truck back together. But it turned out, I thought about it, I said, you know, that alternator might not be bad. Maybe it's not bad. I hope it's not bad. Let's take the battery out of here since it's 8 years old and carry it up to O'Reilly's and test it. And sure enough, it tested bad. It said it had a cell in it that was bad. So I bought a battery, and there's a brand new battery, $141 worth of brand new battery. You don't need a big giant battery with a little tiny 4-cylinder gas motor, so at least it wasn't one of those $200 batteries. But let's see, looks like 550 cold cranking amps. But brand new battery. Hadn't bought a brand new battery in a long time. The battery that came out of here was 8 years old. There's little stickers upside down. Looks like manufacturer, 5th month. What is 5th month? July, January, February, March, April, May. No, it's May. May 2018 was when they made it. So that little sticker will let me know how old my battery is. So that's what we're up to this morning here on the little farm, November the 3rd. Working on the truck. Got to get back, try and figure out what's wrong with that Ford truck. It's got an issue. I think the catalytic converters on it are clogged. The engine sounds like it's working against itself. Probably just take it over to the muffler shop and let them get it up on the rack. And still got work to do on this. Beans are looking good. Still got too many leaves on them. Still got too many grain stalks. Still have not had the good hard killing frost that I got to have here to get these beans dead and dried down. But I had plenty of time. Just a beautiful day here in North Carolina. I think it was about 48 degrees this morning when I stepped out here to start messing with this. Everybody, thank you very much for subscribing to Soybean Farmer. I'm excited about the upcoming harvest, and worked out pretty good where, you know, we've all watched the people up north harvest their corn and their soybeans and had a good time riding with them and their combines. And I just want to send out an invite to all of you to come ride with Soybean Farmer in his little John Deere 3300, kind of a small cab, but I think we can all fit in there. So invite your friends and y'all come on, and sometimes towards the end of November we'll all go for a ride and get out there and cut those beans. Everybody have a blessed day. Praise God and thank Him for all the goodness and things in your life, and thank Him for leading you through all the things that ain't so good. Bye, y'all.